it's your girl Meesh. Welcome to another episode of Love Meesh, where I share my thoughts, opinions, and ramblings, and sometimes I'll have guests over, but no subject is off limits. It's a billion people in the world, and I'm one of them. So welcome to my world. Let the conversation begin. Hello, my loves. Hello. So we're continuing on the altar series. We've done angels, and we'll continue on with ancestors. Almost everyone I know knows someone that has passed away. And if you have not, you are so blessed. But please be warned, it is a lesson that all of us must go through, so it will knock on your door one day. I feel like different things in life are our teachers, such as, being a baby, being a child, being a teenager, being a young adult, getting old. I think those are teachers. Certain diseases, either staying with you or healing, I think those are teachers. There's different things that you learn from them. Being rich, being poor, I think those are teachers as well. You learn from those experiences and trials and days that you were battling them, or seasons. Staying with someone and having your own place, I feel like those are teachers. Having a surplus or not having enough, so a lot of money, a little bit of money, a lot of food, a little bit of food, a lot of hair, a little bit of hair, a high sex drive, a low sex drive, you name it. I think those are teachers. And birth, becoming a parent, or birthing a career, or birthing seedlings from plants, or, bringing forth life to something, I think that is a teacher. And also having it being taken away, whether that's death, like life going away, or business dissolving, or I've experienced a couple of my pages being deleted, and I'm having to start over with the new terms and agreements and updates with Snapchat and Instagram, and hell, I'm sure Facebook and YouTube are going to do it as well. There is a battle going on in the social media realm in which people are posting things absolutely free. And these companies are getting paid buku money for advertisements. And the content creators are not being paid at all. They're just happy with the viewers and followers that they have, and some of them are smart enough to start a business and start collecting revenue from those followers, turning those followers, the amount of followers, into dollar signs, amount of money that they could possibly receive. Because somebody follows you, it doesn't mean that they're going to pay for your services. So it's hit or missed. But to not offer service at all, you're not going to get any opportunities to make money because there isn't one available. So there are other social media platforms out there, such as OnlyFans and Patreon, where you create a page, and whatever you post, whether it's a cooking show or parenthood or therapy or hair design, or how to publish a book, or sexy pictures and videos, or how to fix a car, kids playing with toys, everything that you see on regular social media you can put on there. The difference is people can only see the content once they pay. And you, as a content creator, you are setting a price for people to be able to see your content. So I didn't know this, but it takes a lot when I entered this world to film and edit and add filters and add, text and post. That's like a job. And to do it for free, yes, we do everything that we love for free. But to get a kickback, it makes it so much more worth it. Excuse me. Like maybe if you had a side job, you could stop the side job and do that and give more time to that. You know, sometimes you could turn a hobby into a business. Most people say a hobby you don't get paid for. But I say any hobby you can get paid for. You just decided not to. So maybe you're in a good position financially where you just don't want to charge and you're literally doing it for fun. But a lot of days, you have to have nowadays you have to have a side hustle, something. Babysitting, Uber Eats. You have to bring in another source of income. The cost of living is just getting ridiculous. But yeah, having my pages canceling and starting back over, that's like a teacher as well. You know, keeping me humble. You can have something one day and it could be gone the next, and that's fine. I will welcome the lesson. What I have learned is to make sure I save all my content, because if this is someone's platform, the moment they decide to cancel me, all of the stuff that I had there, pictures, videos, they can cancel that as well, and there's no way I can retain that. So I've learned to not put my memories and different things in someone else's hand. I'm going to always hold on to them, and I know better. Because although I have Apple Cloud, I also have a book. It is called a external hard drive, and I have all of my pictures in there as well. So that just reminds me to not rely on someone else's platform and to rely on my own. And that's why I made my Wix pages, because they're mine. And I think I'm just gonna focus on my pages again, because focusing on someone else's pages is just helping them. It's not really helping me. Okay, so in life we have different teachers, and I think death is one of them. And I don't think we die forever. I think our body changes energetically. Maybe we go from 3D to 4D to 5D. I was on YouTube listening at people explain the different dimensions, and I feel like I missed a couple of science classes because it was like going over my head. But apparently, well, I personally feel like when you pass away, you just go into another dimension, that's all. And you see things, you hear things. Each dimension is completely different. So I think that's a dimension that's why only some people can see and hear. And I mentioned I want to do a podcast with that, because I know people that can see and hear beings or humans or spirits or souls or angels or guides from other realms. And I think they just have that ability to look into another dimension. And I haven't been blessed with that yet. So on my personal altar, I have the elements: earth, wind, water, fire, earth, wind, water, fire, and spirit. I also have the chakras. I also have sage. And I also have my ancestors. The ancestors that I have, I need to print out a picture of my granddaddy Ttyl. I have Saint up there, which would have been my great-grandmother Saint. I need to get a picture of my ex's mother, Miss Barnes. She was definitely in my life, and I want to be able to honor her. I have my aunt Carolyn, Auntie Donnie. My family's not really close, so when some relatives die and I go to the funeral, I still get a pamphlet and I want to put it on my altar, because although I might not know their date of birth, their favorite color, I might not remember anything about them because we're just related by blood and our family never really did anything together, I still want to honor them because our DNA is still connected. And maybe we've able to link on the physical realm, earth, but maybe we can build a bond on the spiritual realm. And I still want them to have that opportunity to bond and link with me. So I have a couple of family members up there that I'm not too close with, but I know that we have the same DNA, and I just think DNA is very powerful. In the Bible, when they were going over the lineage of Jesus, they went over, I think it was a whole chapter, is it Numbers? Naming all the family members from the beginning all the way down to Jesus. So to me that means, and some of them were noble and some weren't, but that DNA itself, for someone to remember all of the people in that family, DNA must be very important. And so I hold that dear to my heart, and I still want to hold on to them. So much so that me and my sister are in the process of getting a family tree book together. And I just met my cousin on my Aunt Margaret's side, and he knows that side very well. So between him and my sister, hopefully I can get a good book together and maybe add pictures later to be able to pass down to my itty bitties, bambinos. Because once the elders are gone, I don't know these people. I won't be able to pass it down. So while they're here, I want to be able to capitalize on that. So that is what is on my altar. Okay, so I am a quote queen. You guys know this very well. If you don't know anything else about me, you know that I'm a quote queen. So between Pinterest and my OneNote, in which I find things and I put them in there as well, I'm going to go over the different things that I've discovered. So one, I love my ancestors. I'm so thankful for each and every one of them. The ones in my past have gone through unimaginable things, and their strength and courage and love still lives within me, within my DNA, pumping through my veins. They're guiding me, they're praying for me, they're walking with me. I'm just so very thankful for each and every one of them. Do you guys remember in Lion King where Mufasa looked in the river and saw his dad? And then do you guys remember in Black Panther where he took the purple flower and essentially died to be rebirthed? And he saw the black leopards in the tree, his family heritage, and his dad wanted him to die, and he was like, no, it's not my time yet. I also read a book, The Children of Blood and Bone, and she mentioned the elders, and they have magical powers and different stuff like this. I think I went over this book in one of the podcasts. But it's just something powerful about our ancestors, our heritage, our lineage. And for African Americans per se, I think that's why it was scrubbed so hard. I mean, they chopped the noses off the faces in Egypt in the pyramids. Like, come on, that's one distinction for us. And I have white in my family, so my nose is a bit different, but that's one distinction. And to remove us from our homeland and to not teach us how to read, but force us to forget our language, you know what I mean, and our heritage and our rituals and our gods. And although we couldn't read, we could read the Bible and we can learn about their God. Isn't that ironic, you guys? But you have to know where you come from to know where you're going. And that means your family, your history, your ancestors. You know? They're passing down a baton so that you can go further. But if you start over, you're not going to be close to the finish line anymore. You have to start all the way over from scratch. So yes, I do. I love my ancestors. An ancestor prayer. When you were born, the earth became your body. The stone became your bone. The sea became your blood. The sun became your eye. And the moon became your mind. The wind became your breath. And when you passed to the other world, your breath became the wind. Your mind became the moon. Your eye became the sun. Your blood became the sea. Your bone became the stone. Your body became the earth. When we were born, you did the same for us. You called forth the earth and rocks. The sea arose and the sun descended. The moon shone down and the wind sang. For those who came after, we shall do as you did for us. When we are gone, we shall do as you did before. Ancestors, we honor you. And it's so beautiful. Remember and honor the women who came before you. I talk a lot about feeling connected to my ancestors, specifically the women in my lineage. I have found the more I work with my hands, the more I get that remembering feeling. It's like I can see my great-great-great-grandmother gathering at a table, cooking meals, making medicines, and telling their stories together. When I bring this topic up with women in my community, it resonates with them too. Sometimes the remembering is beautiful or powerful, bringing up imagings of pruning roses in the garden with a beloved grandmother, or gathering with the elder women of the village for a canning party in the late summer. But this exploration and remembering can also bring up a lot of wounds for the past. Images of substance abuse, abandonment, and deep grief. I've had some women tell me that they felt viral sadness every time they read about the torture and burning of thousands of women across Europe over fear of their healing abilities. I myself recently experienced a powerful release of ancestor grief during a healing massage session a few weeks ago, where I moaned and wailed for all the women in my lineage who experienced all ranks of oppression, abuse, and feelings like they couldn't walk in the world as their authentic, free selves. When I finished, I felt lighter in my body, like I could fly. After I snapped a photo of that moment, I made a silent promise to all the women who came before me to honor them in their stories. That was beautiful. Busy making my ancestors proud. I am bound to them, though I cannot look into their eyes or hear their voices. I honor their history, I cherish their lives, and I will tell their story. I will remember them. To those whose feet are stilled, and those who laugh with us no more, to you we say our love was with you here, and it goes with you now, to that place where you rest and take delight. May your feet walk along the coffin paths to that place where all is fresh and green, where lovers, friends, and ancestors wait with open arms to greet you. Go in peace and with our blessings, or remain a while this eve with us. The living and life and hearth and love be rested amongst your own. This eve, this one night, this Samayan, with countless turns of the wheel, we miss you. Be near us this eve, we pray ever for you. And we will meet again once more when the wheel turns for us. Pray be there to greet us in that place. We will walk that coffin path together and bid a while with kin and hearth until that time is near us. Our kinsmen, our guardians, our ancestors, our beloved dead. That was beautiful. My uplifted ancestors, guides, fierce protectors, and skilled healers. Please stand with me, Jamisha Jackson, child of James Jackson and Darlene Jackson. Be with me in this moment and guide me along my road with a cool head and a clear mind. I am root of your root and soil of your soil, bone of your bone and blood of your blood. Not deaf to our sincere cries, nor blind to our honest plantations. Keep the gifts of perfect health, wealth, and prosperity close so that we may honor and grow your legacy. I have not forgotten my commitment to our lineage, and I vow I never forget. Thank you, I say. Ancestor altar. Set out pictures of family members who have passed on, along with several candles. As you light the candles, say their names aloud and thank them for their influence on your life. How to work with your ancestors. Honoring the departed and ancestors is commonly performed during Shaman and Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos ceremonies. However, working with ancestors doesn't have to be exclusively reserved for these days. Working with ancestors can be a practice used in witchcraft, but it isn't exclusive to the practice. You can create your own tradition and way of honoring your ancestors and decide how you want to work with them in your own practice. Ancestors can be people from your lineage, such as distant relatives and those part of your family tree. They can also be people from your cultural heritage that you share a commonality with. They can be viewed as elders in your cultural background. Ancestors can provide guidance, wisdoms, and messages to help you in everyday life and your spiritual journey in a way that can be compared to spiritual guides, and that they can work with you to help you achieve your goals in this life. However, they have a blood connection to you and are more closely connected to this physical world as they have lived in it previously. Some spirit guides have never taken a physical form while others have. Spirit guides have chosen to become guides because of their knowledge and skill in certain areas, which they work closely with you for the purpose that aligns with their expertise. While you have a spirit guide family, the ancestors are your lineage and cultural family. They are part of who you are. You share a cultural DNA marker with them, passed down through the generations. You can choose to work with them in magic and spells, crafting. You can seek guidance from them or understand yourself, your background, discover more about patterns and behaviors that are generational or have been inherited in the family. However you choose to work with your ancestors, you should have a good understanding of the culture of your ancestors. However, explore all cultural backgrounds to get a better understanding of them. There are a few ways you can begin your practice to work with your ancestors. Some may be specific to your culture and background, but generally many customs start with an area in your home designated to honor your ancestors, such as a shrine. Setting up a shrine in your home is a special way to honor your ancestors, which can be as simple and elaborate as you wish. You can use a shelf or a table to create your shrine. You place a cloth over the shelf or table and display photos of your deceased relatives. Add crystals, flowers, keepsakes, heirlooms, family antiques, or whatever you wish to make it special to you. Offerings can be made at your ancestor shrines, such as alcohol, libations, food, tobacco, incense, and special items such as crystals. These offerings can be made regularly or on special occasion. Keeping a shrine to the ancestors is something that needs to be maintained and looked after to keep it clean and neat as a way to respect and honor your ancestors. You can also do an altar. The difference between using a shrine for your ancestors and an altar is that magical workings are done at the altar. You could set up photos and other items to represent your ancestors on your altar to invite them into your magical workings and spellcraft. Cultural items can be added to connect you and your background cultures. When performing magical workings with ancestors, offering of thanks should be made with food, alcohol, tobacco, or incense. Mealtime. In some traditions, specifically around special occasions, it can be customary to set an extra plate at the dinner table for those who have passed before you. This is a tradition that my family holds at every family dinner on holidays. At Shaman, there is a pagan tradition called the Dub Supper, in which the meal is observed in silence from start to finish to honor those who have crossed over. An ancestor candle. Reserving a specific candle to honor your ancestors can be used anytime and any place. You can make your own candle or use decorative candles for only this purpose. Place it on your shrine, altar, or table and use it anytime that you want to honor, welcome, or work with your ancestors and those who have passed before you. The candle can also be lit on anniversaries of those who have passed away and on special occasions when you wish their presence was with you. You can ask for advice and wisdom, the best ways to work with ancestors and to understand yourself and your family line. Your ancestors can help you heal patterns that have developed from childhood, which can also be a result of what your parents went through during their childhood, which gets passed down. Working with ancestors can help heal cynical patterns inherited through generations. Your ancestors are a part of you and can be an addition to your spiritual support group. If you have difficulty connecting with your spirit guides or just can't seem to grasp them, consider connecting and working with your ancestors to receive guidance. Meditation. Working with ancestors, utilize your psychic abilities. So when you call on them, trust that you hear, feel, see, and sense them. Spend time in meditation with your ancestors and allow yourself to be receptive of their presence. Make an offering, light an incense, and allow yourself to open up to them. Use a method that helps you to meditate. Open the chakras if you feel that method works for you. If you work with spirit guides, you can ask the gatekeeper guide, the one that facilitates and monitors contact with spirits during mediumship, to help you establish a link to your ancestors. Tarot and oracle cards can be an easy way to get messages from your ancestors as a visual medium. If you feel that you're not comfortable or confident enough to receive messages outside of divinatory methods, then tarot and oracle cards can help direct and answer questions and provide guidance. When using divinations to receive messages from your ancestors, affirm your intentions aloud and firmly in your mind, and you're seeking guidance directly from your ancestors. If you read intuitively, you may feel a shift in the energy or tone of the message that you receive. When you work with ancestors and tarot oracle cards, keep a section separate in your tarot or divination journal and reserve it for ancestral work only. This way you can keep track of messages directly from your ancestors and refer back to it when you want to review it later. Spellcraft and magic. Working with deceased for magical workings technically gets into the territory of necromancy, which a lot of people shy away from. It's received a lot of controversy in terms of what it is and isn't. Most pagan practitioners stay away from it, but some other cultural traditions still work with the deceased in their spiritual workings. However, on that note, necromancy is rather intended for the advanced practitioner and not at all designed for a novice practitioner. Working with the deceased in any magical form as necromancy was often done to foretell fortunes, divination, and other magical workings. This post was from tarotpugs.com by Sarah Ann Lawless. Blessings, Stacy and the Tarot Plug. That was amazing as well. So that's it for the Pinterest. Now we're going to move over to the different things that I had in my OneNote. Okay, I started with what is an ancestral altar. The ancestor altar is an effective and beautiful way to connect with and to gain support from the spiritual world. It can be as simple as a photograph and a glass of water, or as elaborate as the spirits direct. A simple but well-made food offering to an adopted ancestor. And that's what I do on mine. I have a bowl for food and a bowl for water or wine, and I just change it and switch it out. I don't think they eat, although that wine do be going down. But I think everything has energy, and if anything, they can pick up off of the love that I have. I think everything has a fingerprint, not your actual finger, but like an energy fingerprint. So out of all the things that I could be doing in my earth life, I decided to put up an altar. I decided to put food and water up there. So that has a fingerprint on it, a fingerprint of love, a fingerprint of honor, a fingerprint of care, you know what I mean, of remembrance. And I think that's what they absorb, not necessarily the food. But I was watching this show called Saving Dion, and he had magical powers and he just couldn't seem to control them. So his father, who had passed away, his mom found a watch and gave it to him, and because that came from his dad, he was able to say, okay, I can control my powers as long as I have on this watch. So it was kind of like an energy guide. Like the watch helped him control and manage his energy. I think the food and the water is kind of like that. Like, it's a way to transform my love, my energy through the food to the other realm, to them. I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel in my mind. And I never doubt myself because it comes from me. I didn't just pull it out of my ass, so I feel that it's always right. Like, I just never doubt myself when it comes to stuff like that. Like, my true feelings. Like, where else would I get that from? I just feel that it's 1,000% true. So, back to my OneNote. A way to connect with your ancestors is to cook. Cooking is a love language across the board when it comes to traditions. Learn to cook the authentic or favorite foods of your ancestors. Never met any of them. That's okay. Ask them. Ask them out loud and they will tell you. So my grandmother Arlene, who my dad says I look like, he told me she would cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner and dessert from scratch. Now, everybody in my family can cook, but me. Now, I say I'm not a cook because I don't think I'm patient enough. 9 times out of 10, I'm starving when I get in there. You know, cooking shit from scratch, whatever. I was the one that would get fast food. But now that I'm vegan, a lot of places weren't into the fast food. Well, now they are, but I don't trust them. So I have to cook it. And cooking takes time. And I'm like, I'm hungry. Like, I'm a whole monster when I'm hungry. But I'm going to ask my grandmother Arlene to bless me with her cooking skills. I want to publish my own cooking book, and I want to have a section for breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, snack, and smoothies. Now, I asked my family to help me with this, but if they don't turn in them pictures and help, it's going to be my book. Or maybe I'll do my book and one with them. It's just different things that I want to leave on the earth. I feel like when you leave and, you know, your whole life flash like a video in front of you, some people, it's just going to be work. That's it. You know what I mean? I want mine to flash a million things. A book, a business, a family, trips, you know, a husband, kids. Like, I want so many things to flash. Like, different genres of people will know me. Oh, she was into writing books. Oh, she was into business. Oh, she was into erotica. Oh, she was into kids. Like, I want to leave my fingerprint everywhere. That's what I want to do. I want to live. I want to dabble into everything life has to offer. You know what I mean? I don't know. I want to really say that I lived. If I have the light in front of me and earth, I want to have lived so well till I don't want to turn back and go back. I want to continue to walk into the light. I think some people come back because they realize you did not live the fuck out of your life. And God is gracious enough to let you come back. I don't want that. I already told my people, if it's my time, it's my time. Okay? Because I'm already trying to live every day like it's my last. So, don't cry for me. Don't mourn for me. I'm going to be fine. If I get my angel wings, I'm going to be helping y'all out. You know what I mean? Blessing my sister with the lottery numbers. Giving my brother a house. Giving my other sister a house. You know what I mean? Helping my parents travel and retire. Looking out for my nieces. Excuse me. And nephews. Like, sitting around with my ancestors, trying to figure out what the freak happened with this family. Like, when my earth journey is done, I'm ready for the next journey. Like, don't hold me back. So yes, I'm going to ask Grandma Arlene to bless me with cooking skills from scratch. Because if I'm going to be a wife to someone, a mother to someone, he going to be hungry and they going to be hungry. And everybody going to be looking at me with their little bitty eyes. Although I pray that my husband can cook just as me. And that I'm going to definitely teach my kids to cook. Because sometimes we just make poor mother a slave. Like, you can wash your own clothes. Take it upon yourself to say, Mom, I can wash my own clothes. Or you could cook. Take it upon yourself to cook. One of my previous lovers, when I would go to his house, his mom would cook. After a long day of work, I'm like, you get in there. Did he get in there? No. And did he get in there for me? No. So, I kind of blame her for not saying, okay, it's your turn. Because she could have set those rules. I cook Monday, you cook Tuesday, you cook Wednesday. You know what I mean? Because she didn't. And sometimes we have to blame ourselves because when something happens for so long, people get used to it. So, you always cook. You never asked me to cook. Why you ask me to cook now? You know, it throws things off. People get comfortable. But yeah, Grandma Arlene is going to help me with the cooking. Chef Love Meesh. Alright, so next one says, I give thanks to my ancestors who guide me daily. I am truly grateful for their presence in my life, and I know that with their support, all things are possible. Sit in a sacred space and call forth your love and light ancestors and allow their blessings, love, and support in. Speak to them. Honor it all. You will feel it in your bones. This process will further set it free. Even if you come from a line that has been dealt a heavy hand when it comes to darkness and addictions, etc., you can trust the process to call forth the love of your ancestors, to have these connections be God-guided and communicate you are open to receive blessings and healings from your ancestors now. And here you are, look at you, breaking your family free. And your ancestors on the other side are now waiting to assist in the final pushes of these processes and to thank you and support you for being so brave. The one who so bravely took on a warrior role to transcend your family line out of energies thousands of years old and birth entirely new way for your family line to function, ascend, and flourish. Most likely you are the one in your family line who is the shifter, the one who incarnated to shift your lineage out of very old dark pain and suppression patterns of the past. Are you the shifter of your family line? You came as the one to collapse old timelines, no longer serving your lineage, and do the huge inner work? That was beautiful. Your own ancestors. It's easy to get caught up in the belief of separation due to death, not knowing a family member or being removed from your ancestral home and culture. However, the most important thing to remember is your ancestors are you. They are part of your genetic makeup. Every memory, experience, and characteristics exist within your DNA. By invoking their essence, you can tap into that ancestral memory and receive their guidance. This is your foundation. Develop this relationship first when starting this journey. Communicating with your ancestors. The problems that lay before you are not as strong as the ancestors that walk beside you. Ancestral communication. The ancestors also respond to the living by sending messages and dreams through other individuals and even signs and symbols in nature, such as plants, animals, stones, and the like. Staying aware and being open to them is the only way to discern and decipher these messages. Have you noticed just how deeply Europeans pay reverence to their ancestors? An entire day such as Columbus Day is dedicated. Y'all, and every holiday is like that. Valentine's Day has an ancestral meaning. 4th of July, Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, Halloween. St. Patrick's Day. Like, they not tell us, oh, worshiping our ancestors. They don't do it that way, but they got the whole country doing it. And my sister, she looked up Thanksgiving for different cultures, and not all cultures celebrate that. So there are U.S. holidays, of course we know this, and there are world holidays. But if you compare U.S. holidays to world holidays, it's just for you. A lot of them are just for U.S. So while you taking the time to celebrate U.S. holidays and you can't even take time to celebrate your own holidays, such as your ancestors, different pivotal moments in your life besides your birthday, that's all you give yourself is your birthday? We just need to scratch the whole calendar clean and mark it with our own victories and our own ancestors' histories and heritage and stuff like that. It shouldn't be a country holiday. Yeah, we're going to take those days off paid, thank you kindly. And yeah, we're going to sit with our family and friends, but we can come up with our own meanings. And we can also make sure we celebrate our own holidays while we adopting another nation's holidays and have forgotten our own. Once you know that you were a part of a different heritage and you have been set free, and that stuff hasn't been passed down to you, like in my family, nothing was passed down, then it's up to you to dig and go find it. We have a whole computer in our hand. Go find your heritage. Go find your history. Or sometimes it will come to you. Whatever comes to you, what resonates with you, it came to you for a reason. Pick it up. Start to celebrate it. I told you I was going to do another podcast on languages. What did this thing just say? Symbols in nature, such as plants, animals, stones, and the like. Some people can hear, some people can't. So if a spirit is talking to me and I haven't been blessed with spiritual ears, how else are they going to talk to me? You know what I mean? Maybe a car could be driving by and the horn could honk. Maybe a bird, maybe numbers, it's communicating all day. And because I haven't taken the time to learn the different languages, I'm missing all my messages. And I'm saying, Lord, where my answer? Where my answer? And he like, I done gave it to you 100 times. But you not reading. You learn your ABCs and it's English language, but you're not learning your spiritual languages. It's time for us to learn our spiritual languages. They ain't gonna tell us about that either. Ancestor altar. Many people pray and worship deities while skipping over their ancestors. Your ancestors guide you, help you with rituals, and overall look out for you. Some become your guardian angels, so set up an ancestor altar to rejuvenate their energy and give them a home to connect with you. On your altar, place perfume or cologne. I'm going to do that. I didn't know that. Incense, I have that. White candles, I don't have that yet. I'm so clumsy and I'm scared of candles, but I heard you don't have to buy those very, very expensive candles. You can use tea lights and they're at the Dollar Tree. Because it's your energy and your intention that you're putting on that candle, not necessarily the candle itself. And if you feel that someone else's energy and intention is more powerful than yours, then shame on you because you don't know how powerful you are. That's a third-party energy, third-party intention. When it comes from you, it's directly from source. That's more powerful. So white candles, jewelry. Oh, I can do that. Tobacco. I just ordered some herbal smokes. I can't wait for them to come. I'm going to smoke with my sisters. They always roll up for me and my friend. And we're going to have us a good herbal session. Rum, alcohol. I do wine. Pictures. I have pictures. Candy. I didn't know that. Candy. I could do candy. Money, coins. I do have coins up there. Oh, excuse me. It's almost 3 o'clock. That's why I'm yarning. My little babies came over and they had them put the coins in their pockets. I said, that's for my ancestors. And they gave it back. Flowers. Okay, I could get flowers. When my plants wither, I get the leaves and I put them on the bottom. Rice and water. Altars to your ancestors are not complicated. I do have water. I didn't know about the rice. So this one says, do you believe in God or ancestors or both? So my answer would be, I believe in both. Like they said, the ancestors have been on this earth plane before, so they may understand me a little bit more. Gods are so heavenly minded, they may not understand this earthly realm. And my ancestors have, finished traveling not too long ago, so they get it. They'll get it a lot more. And maybe my ancestors could send up more prayers and petitions to the gods. Because I'm on level 1, they're probably on level 2. Level 2 can get to level 3 faster than level 1 to 3, like that. I believe in gods too, so I started with my angel wall. I already have my ancestors. I'm going to add the candles, cologne, jewelry. When my herbal smoke calm, candy, flowers, and rice because I had everything else. And when I meditate, I'm going to start to... I haven't dabbled into meditation yet, you guys. My mind is so all over the place. My friend's supposed to help me get this meditation thing down. But I dream visual dreams. I started recording my dreams in a audio dream diary. And I'll probably be sitting there talking to my ancestors and stuff and don't even know it. And I think they take the shape of family and friends as not to scare me. But I think the more spiritual advanced I become, I think they'll start to show their true form more and more. Just like I say, I always see cats. That's probably my spirit animal. Owls always resonate with me because I love knowledge and wisdom. And I just always can seem to hear or see them. And when I used to work at Allstate, a red bird used to always come sit on my car rearview mirror, close to me. And I just thought that was so beautiful. And I will always see a blue bird as well. I think the red one is a cardinal. I think the blue one is a blue jay. And so I haven't got to that part yet where I look up the meaning of the animals, but when I tell y'all I'm learning this and I'm not just recording it, I'm going to make a grimoire. A grimoire is supposed to be like a spell book, but mine's going to be like a family lineage book. And I'm going to put all this stuff in there. I'm going to laminate it, and I want it to be passed down. Like, if you are a part of my lineage, if I birthed you here, I'm going to need you to learn this stuff. Whether you believe it, participate, or not, I'm going to need you to know it and pass it on down. Okay? That's what I want for my lineage. Because I might have 4 kids, and only one of them might keep it going, and that's fine, as long as that one keep it going. I'm so excited to do the God podcast because I learned so much about the gods that opened my eyes, and I cannot wait to share that with you all. Oh my God, I forgot. On my altar, I don't know where I got it. Oh, a baby shower. I went to a baby shower, and it was baby girl, baby feet in ceramic. I put them up there. And another baby shower, it was a baby girl dress, a knitted baby dress on a little hanger. So cute. So I put those on my altar in memory of my babe, a baby girl. I need to find something to remember my baby boy, but I'm also going to get tattoos. That's another thing. I'm going to get tattoos for all the spiritual things that I'm learning. I'm going to put a tattoo on my body, but I want them to be tiny tattoos because I don't know how y'all get them gigantic tattoos. I think people love pain, and I'm not one of them. I don't like pain. I'm a love baby. But I want that message to stay on me. I want it to go deep into my skin and my blood and my body and my soul. I want it to be on me. So that's the purpose of that. But, so yeah, this was the Ancestors podcast. If you've lost someone, remember them. And people don't even know that they be doing this. If you have their picture on the wall, that's a shrine, that's an altar. You don't even know it. And I'm not even going to argue with you about it. But you are still remembering them. And that's fine. I don't have to say nothing about it. So we shouldn't just have to go visit a grave site to honor them. Just like we shouldn't have to go to church to honor God. This altar should be in your home, and it should be in your heart as well. So you have a walk-in altar, a home altar, in either the grave site or your church. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was it for this episode. Pay homage to your ancestors, because without them, where would you be? Would you even exist? So thank you for tuning in, whatever time you're listening, wherever you're listening from. I have people all over the world listening. And it's just so exciting. I can't pull it up because it's recording right now, but people are listening from all over the world. I do thank you so much. If you are learning anything, you're more than welcome to share it with me. You guys can also record and leave message, and I could definitely put it in the podcast. Don't forget to click on my link tree to follow my other endeavors in life. And be on the lookout, because as soon as I get stable, stores will be popping up and books will be published. And I'm just not going to rush it. The longer it takes, the more knowledge I can add to it. It's not a rush. Life is not a rush. The best things in life take time, and I'm okay with that. It's all about divine timing. So thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to check back for the next episode on gods, different gods. I'm so excited to dig into that. It's going to be a while, because I have to dig into different cultures, because I want to go over, if not all of them, at least all the cultures. So talk to you guys later. Bye. And this concludes today's conversation. Thanks a million for listening. You can reach me on other social media platforms at www.linktr.ee/LUV.MEESH www.linktree/love.meesh. I hope you have a better than great day. Love you. Talk to you later. Mwah. Bye.